If you've ever carried out an academic literature search, or if you've ever read an academic journal article or a research report, you will, no doubt, have come across an abstract. An abstract is the short paragraph often found at the beginning of formal documents such as academic and scientific reports. They are short and, because of this, they're sometimes easy to overlook. However, they're really rather important. And in this lecture, I'll explain the nature and function of abstracts. I'll define what an abstract is and explain the role it performs in research. I'll outline the elements from which an abstract is composed and overview the different types of abstracts. The purpose of this is to help you to construct your own abstract for your research and to ensure that your abstract is a valuable component of your project which works to augment your research. So what exactly is an abstract? Well, to expand on the brief definition I've just given, an abstract is a short and concise statement that outlines the main and most pertinent features of a much larger body of work. An abstract is a short paragraph or two that normally appears at the start of a document and which functions to provide an overview to the reader. An abstract is an original piece of work. By that I mean that an abstract is not a short excerpt from the main document. It is a piece of work in its own right. This means that it must be self-contained. That is to say, it should be understandable to the reader on its own, without the reader needing to see some other work or to read the whole document in order to fully understand the abstract. An abstract is normally composed of the following elements. First, there is a statement of research problem, or the research motivation. What problem exists in the world that has prompted the research? What is the research attempting to understand or to solve? What question does the research answer? For example, your research may seek to address a perceived communication barrier between disaster managers and sections of the media. Second, there's the statement of approach. In other words, what method or procedures were employed in order to determine the results? For example, your research may have conducted interviews with journalists and key individuals within disaster management institutions. Third, there needs to be a statement of the results or of the findings. What was learnt or created from the research? What results were found? This should be a succinct outline of the key findings. For example, your research might have uncovered a specific communication barrier as a result of inaccessible technical terminology for different stakeholders. Fourth, there should be a statement of conclusions. What were the conclusions of the research? In other words, what do the results mean? What are the implications of the study in terms of an academic discipline, or for wider society, or for institutions of disaster management? In particular, what are the implications for the problem identified in the first sentence of the abstract? Generally speaking, there are two types of abstract, and their use is dependent on the disciplinary conventions of the research. Descriptive abstracts outline the background context of the research, its purpose, aims, and the chosen methods. The results and conclusions tend to be omitted. Informative abstracts are more like a condensed version of the whole document. They outline all the essential points of the paper by providing information on the background, purpose, research questions, methods, results, and conclusions. So it can be seen that an abstract outlines the point and purpose of a piece of research. But it's not quite the same as an argument statement, or a research question, or a hypothesis. These things provide the main intellectual idea or pursuit of the research. An abstract, on the other hand, might provide an overview of the whole document. The purpose of an abstract, then, is to give an overview for readers that provides them with a quick précis of the research. This allows them to judge the relevance of the work to their particular interests. Remember that while your abstract is located at the beginning of your research document, it should be the last part of the document that you write. This is even the case if, while you are conducting your research, you think you know what your research is going to be about. Saving your abstract to last allows you to be absolutely certain about the remit and limits of your project when you come to write the abstract. This helps you to write a better abstract. Think about the intended reader of your abstract. Should your abstract be accessible to non-specialist readers? Alternatively, if you're conducting interdisciplinary research, should the various technical terms you use be understandable to all those within the different disciplines with which you are engaging? Lastly, It's very important to check any requirements of your abstract before you start writing. By that I mean there are often structural requirements for abstracts. For example, journals may differ in the style, content and length of abstracts submitted to the publication. They may require a particular type of abstract in terms of the types I listed. Equally, academic and scientific conferences may also have particular requirements. In both instances, setting parameters allows journal editors and conference conveners to maintain a form of standardization. That allows for a more easy cataloguing of abstracts. Importantly, your course may also have specific requirements regarding the exact nature of abstracts that form part of your research project. Consequently, you should ask your project supervisor for guidance.